Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. Welcome to Life and Enhancement and Development Live. I'm Cassandra Washington, the CEO and your host, and I am so excited about this evening. I have with me one of my longtime friends and entrepreneur, Yolanda D. Miller. And tonight we're going to be talking about something that's so important. At Life Enhancement and Development, one of the areas that we focus on is leadership and business. And so tonight we're going to be focusing on entrepreneurship, leadership, and business. And I wanted an expert to be here with me to talk about entrepreneurship, and we're focusing on her small business this evening. And she focuses on the hospitality industry, customer service. And she's going to be talking to us about why customer service is so important for any business, how it can impact your business and cause your business to grow, to expand, and cause your business to be an exceptional brand and to stand out among all others. So tonight we're going to get started. And I want to welcome Yolanda and allow her the opportunity to greet everyone.
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello.
I
So glad
like
to be
that.
here.
Listen, I have known her for, oh my God, I don't want to tell how old we are, but I've known her about 30 years.
Yeah, don't tell how old.
And she has always been such a classy, professional person. She's always carried herself with such great etiquette. And so it is not a surprise to me that she's in the business of customer service and talking about how we are supposed to engage and treat people when it comes to business. And as believers in the kingdom,
Mhm.
we're supposed to do things in an exceptional way. And so tonight she's going to talk to us from that standpoint and from the point of a person who's kingdom minded. And I love that. And so Yolanda, let's jump right in. Let's get started because I know that you have a lot to share, and I want you to share with the people who are listening this information, and so that they can know that your business exists
Okay.
and reach out to you to help them expand their business. So tonight I titled our conversation, "The Bottom Line is Customer Service." The bottom line is customer service, and when it comes to business, we are concerned about the bottom line.
Yes.
But the bottom line, if you want to impact your bottom line, you need to take a look at your customer service. So Yolanda, talk
Yes.
to us about what customer service is. What is customer service?
Well, customer service is meeting the needs of your customers through products, services, and just a positive experience. Is simply put, meeting the needs of your customers.
Meeting the needs of your customers. And I like
Yeah.
what that you added. Having a positive experience, which lets me know that you can have a bad experience. And
Hmm.
any I know every person probably has have a story
Yes.
of where they had a bad experience with customer service, and that may be which leads into my next question. Why did you develop a passion for customer service? How did you become passionate about this, and why did you decide to create a training program in customer service?
Well, I tell you, Cassandra, thank you so much for having me on your platform. I am truly excited to be a part of this. Thank you again for having me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Most definitely.
Well, my passion for customer service came just years and years ago. I would say maybe 20 years ago. I would hate so bad that when I would go to restaurants and hotels and fast food chains and different places like that, and they just didn't know how to treat their customers.
Uh-huh.
And because I like order, it got my attention. Sometimes you can go to a fast food restaurant and they hand your food out the window and don't say anything. They just hand it to you and just give it to you without saying anything. They don't greet you or anything like that. And so even churches, do the same thing. And so when sum all of that up, I said that probably 20 years ago, I am going to open my own business where I am going to show businesses how to treat customers. And so that's where I am.
Oh, that is so awesome. And you are so right. And because uh it's all about people, how you make people feel, how you
Yes.
treat people. And the
Mhm.
fact that that became such a it stood out to you,
Yes.
and it hit a nerve with you. That was an indication that that's something that you had detail for, an eye for, insight for. And we have Jonathan White. Thank you for joining us, Jonathan. We're so glad that you're here. And feel free, Jonathan, too, because Jonathan is also in, I think he's in the retail industry, and he is also involved with customer service. So,
Awesome.
Jonathan, we thank you for joining us. So, Yolanda, is there a difference? I hear a lot of you talked about having a positive experience,
Hmm.
customers being able to have a positive experience.
Hmm.
So, is there a difference between customer service and customer service experience? Do they tie together, or how do they flow together?
Well, they're used interchangeably. Some people get it mixed up. Customer service is basically just meeting the needs of your customer. You're just fulfilling their need through product or whatever you're selling. You're interacting with the customer. And that's basically what customer service is, just interacting with your customer. But oh, the customer service experience is
Hey,
totally something different. A customer service experience is when you are professional, when you're pleasant, you create a friendly atmosphere, and you're just kind and you're nice. And so all of that, you give them a positive experience. You give them experience that they would never forget. So that's the difference. That's the difference. And that's what businesses want to do. They want to give people a positive customer service experience where they would never forget you.
awesome. So from what I hear you saying and from what you just told me, customer
Mhm.
service, you're just meeting the needs of the customer. But a customer service experience, you're taking it to another level.
Yes,
You're actually going after that person, making sure they come back to your establishment, making
yes,
sure that your business is unforgettable. It's
yes,
unforgettable for them, that your business stand out, that they'll say, "Ooh, I got to go back there. I like
yes.
that."
Yes, and let me just interject here, Cassandra. That's why when people go out of town or go to different places, that's the reason why they go to the same hotel, they go
Hmm.
to the same restaurants, they go to the same stores. They say because I like going there. They treat me so special, and they give me what I want, and they make my coffee just like I like it. And so I
Hmm.
go there, and amazingly, people they'll drive thousands of miles away just to get that experience. So that tells you how important that customer service experience is.
It is. And Jonathan is echoing what you said. Now, Jonathan, as I said, he works in retail. He said, come to Hibbett Sports. We have great customer service, and your experience will be amazing. All
All
right,
right. All right.
all right, so he knows, he understands what you're saying. So we know that customer service you mentioned as you open up the restaurants and hotels, we know that they are very much customer service focused. What
Mhm.
they do, the products and services that they offer, has a lot to do with customer service, and the retail too, as where
Yeah.
Jonathan works. But why should all businesses and organizations make customer service a part of their brand and their core values and beliefs in their organization?
Where at its core, customer service is about making sure that your customers are valued, that
Mm-hmm.
they feel appreciated, that they are treated fairly. It customer service it affects your bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
The more people you have, the more money you make. And
Mm-hmm.
so businesses who do not want to invest time with people, then you probably need to just close your doors because customer service is about people. So they should make that their core. Uh, um, um, it's I mean, it's important that
Mm-hmm.
you make that your core value, because it's important that you make your customers feel special, feel appreciated. And so it's very important that you do that. Like I said, the more people you make, it affects your bottom line. And so you want to make sure that each
Mm-hmm.
customer
Mm-hmm.
feel appreciated and feel valued.
Right. So, Yolanda, talk a little bit about this too, because a lot of times we think customer service just extends to the people that are on the outside of our business or establishment that's coming in. But what about people who are in positions of management and throughout the organization? Does it just stop at the just is does it just start and stop at those people who are on the front line, or it does customer service have to be something that is required, echoed, and as you were saying, a core value throughout the entire organization?
Yes, it matter of fact, I think it should start with the management. It should start with leaders, because when you create a friendly, pleasant atmosphere within the company, then it's easy to show great quality customer service to your customers.
Mm-hmm.
There's a saying that say charity begins at home and spread abroad. So
Mm-hmm.
if you have great customer service among each other, then it's
Mm-hmm.
easy to treat your customers. It's easy to treat them special and make them feel valued. It's easy. So yes, it's important that the leader and the manager of those businesses show great customer service so it can spread throughout the company.
Exactly, exactly. And I was thinking about as you were talking, sometimes, I have gone into places, gone into offices, and you're gonna meet that administrative assistant or the receptionist when you first come in the door. And sometimes that the aura and the reception is not pleasant. And they're so disgruntled with their jobs or
Yes.
so disgruntled with the atmosphere, and it spills over to you
Mm-hmm.
coming into that establishment. So when we talk about etiquette,
Yes.
is your focus on etiquette? Because I know you do focus on etiquette, but is your focus on etiquette just limited to the physical appearance?
Well, yes, it is focused on physical appearance. I say dress the part.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever your job is, a doctor, a lawyer, a contractor, or whatever, dress the part. Make sure you look like what you are working for. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, you have to dress the part. But of course, there are other etiquettes that are important as well,
Mm-hmm.
and it begins with a smile. When the person walks in your door, it's just common courtesy to say, good morning, good afternoon, hello, how are you? That's just a common thing that everyone should do, but everyone, they don't do it. But smile, greet your customer. I always say, put a smile in your voice. Uh,
Yeah.
even even if when the person come in, you make them your priority. Sometimes, you have so many things to do, you have a million things to do, but the person who is standing in front of you, you should make that person your priority. You should make them feel like that they are so special, that
Mm-hmm.
I am going to be attentive to you, and I am going to give you the attention and the service that you need. And I just want to share an experience. My husband died years ago, Cassandra,
Mm-hmm.
and so in the hospital where we were,
Mm-hmm.
I was in the hospital with him 2 weeks. And the nurses that came in the room, it was so amazing how they treated him. They treated him as if he was the only patient in the hospital.
Mm.
And I would say to them, because I am a customer service person, I would say, how many patients do you have? I know you have more than just my husband. And they would say, oh, we have about 10 or 11. And I would say, really? And they said, yeah, but that's okay. We're going to make sure he has what he needed. But
Uh-huh.
they were so kind and so patient and so pleasant and so friendly and so attentive that it just got my attention. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, if I ever get to be in the hospital or get sick, I want to come to this hospital because
Uh-huh.
they treat you so special. So that's what customer service is all about. And so another etiquette, as we're talking about, is body language.
Oh
Sometimes
yeah.
your body language can, oh my goodness, you people can tell when you do not want to be bothered.
You
And
look.
I teach customer service always. I say it loud. I say your body language speaks loudly because it does. Because it does. People can tell if you do not want to be bothered. So it's important that when you're working in businesses and organizations, wherever you work, that your body language even speaks. It shows that you're friendly, that you're in a
Mm-hmm.
pleasant atmosphere. So that's another etiquette. Another one is your attitude. And I
Mm-hmm.
say a bad attitude is like a flat tire. Until you change it, you will not get anywhere.
Oh, I
So
like
you
that.
need to have a positive attitude. Your
Uh-huh.
attitude makes a difference. You need to have a professional attitude. And then talking more about etiquette, you have to listen. You have to listen to your customers. Don't always be the one to talk so much that you don't hear what they're saying. So listen to what they're saying so that you can give them their successfully give them what they need. So make sure you listen. And then another one, Cassandra, is knowing, having knowledge of the
Mhm.
product. Know
Oh
about
yeah.
what you're asking about. And even if you don't know, it's okay to say, you know what? I don't know. But you know what? Let me find out.
Yes.
Be willing to find out the correct information because you're not going to know everything, but it's a good idea to be knowledgeable about
Mm.
your business and what you're selling. And then, of course, you got to smile and say thank you and please graciously. You have to do that. Please make your customer feel comfortable, make them feel valued, and make them feel that you are my priority. People just like to feel special, don't you?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And that's that's what stands out. And as you were going through each one of the etiquettes of experience was coming to my mind. I could see when such a situation happened, each one, and especially when you were talking about attitude. I have gone in. Have you ever gone into some a place and a person may have been on the phone or will be busy, and they'll look at you. You can already tell that
Yes.
they're frustrated,
Hmm.
that they're bothered,
Yes.
and it comes out in their voice. And they may say, "Can I help you?" But it's the way they say, "Can I help you?" It's
Yes.
the tone and
Yes.
the attitude. "Can I help you?"
Hmm.
And I was like, "I'm sorry. I don't mean to bother you, but."
Well, that person has to understand the company that they're working for. Again, it affects the bottom line. It
Mhm,
affects when people come in. It affects whether or not people are going to support your
mhm.
business. It affects the way you look in the public eye. And if you don't give good customer service, people will not come. They will not come. People like they like convenient,
Mhm.
they like things that are nice, things that are set in place. They will not come. They will not support you. So customer service is vital. It is very important.
I like that you said it is vital. Jonathan says the atmosphere set the tone, whether it's positive or bad. He said he teaches his team to treat every customer as if they are the only customer.
Amen.
I know
Amen.
that's
That's
right,
right. Top
Jonathan.
priority. That's right. That's right.
And Era says customer service is always right, and it still exists, and
Yes,
it does. And you
yes,
know, you brought up the fact that it affects the bottom line. It affects your money. It
yes,
affects your profit.
it
You
does.
don't know how to treat your customers. It's you going out of business.
You're going out of business. And that's why I said that if you can't invest in people, you probably need to close up your shop because it affects your money. It affects your money. And so you will go out of business. And so businesses just need to know. You know, they say customer service has gone out the window because
Mm-hmm.
people don't do that anymore. But yes, it's important. It's important.
Yeah, and so that's what Ira was saying. She said, you know, customer service is always right, and it still exists. Like you just
Yes,
said, it still exists.
it
What do
still
you
exists.
mean it's gone out the window?
Hmm.
So that what that tells me is you don't believe in
Yeah,
treating people well.
yeah, yeah,
Treating people well. I
yeah.
remember when this establishment Chick-fil-A
Yes,
Chick-fil-A, the first time I heard, you know, they were, you know, after they would serve you and you get your food and you said thank you, and they said my pleasure.
my pleasure.
Oh,
Yes,
my,
yes, yeah,
really? My
and
pleasure.
yes, and as a matter of fact, that is the what I use on my own job. When people say
Uh-huh.
thank you, I always say it's my pleasure.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, yes,
And if I know if you saying it like that with that smile and that glow, yes, you make them feel special. So tell
yeah.
me this, Lonnie. So,
Mhm.
do you believe that having good organization fosters a good atmosphere for excellent customer service and the customer experience? Do you believe that organization in a business in an establishment enhances and makes it easier to provide good customer service and a good customer experience?
Yes, it is. And like I just said, charity starts at home. Yes, it is. It is very important that the organization fosters a good atmosphere for customer service, for excellent customer service.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you can get along with your coworkers,
Mm-hmm.
when you have a positive attitude, when you're friendly, when you respect each other, then it's easy to share this with the people you come in contact with, your clients
Mm-hmm.
and your
Mm-hmm.
customers. It's
Mm-hmm.
easy to come in contact with those people when you
Mm-hmm.
foster that excellent customer service within your organization. Yes.
Yes, exactly. And I remember going to a place of business just this week, and everything looked like it was just in chaos. And I had to wait. They been, ma'am, can you pull up? Can you wait for just a moment? And we all wondering what in the world is going on.
Hmm.
And so I had to get out and go inside. And when I was looking around, I was like, there's no kind of flow,
Yeah.
no kind of, I said, people look like they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then look like somebody was just waiting for the other person to do it. And
Mhm.
then you were talking about the attitude. And then they look, people there, the fact that they were frustrated and upset was also coming across.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was saying, something
Mhm.
is off in here. And there have been times I would leave and go somewhere else. So they missed that
Yes.
money.
Yes, and it's important that you be organized. That's a
Mm-hmm.
part of customer service. You know, I also do customer service in the church,
Mm-hmm.
and in that environment, I teach as well. It's organization skills. You have to have everything in place. People like things in place. They like things that are well structured. They
Mm-hmm.
like that. I mean, they will support you when you're structured, when you're organized, when they feel like you know what you're doing and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. They will support you and they will tell. See, the thing that people don't understand, when you get a positive customer service experience, that is growth,
Mm-hmm.
because you're going to go tell somebody.
Uh-huh.
You're going to tell somebody, hey, go over there. They're going to take care of you. Go over there. But they also share bad news.
Oh
If
yeah.
you give bad customer service, they are going to share that as well. So you have to be careful that when you work for these organizations, that you give the excellent customer service so that people can remember you. People
Mm-hmm.
can remember you. Just a few days ago on my own job, a lady came in and she brought me a gift. And she said that I want to just give you this gift because I have bothered you so much. Your attitude has been the same every time. And I am not giving myself credit. I thank
Mm-hmm.
God. But it just reminded me that that is the way it should be. And
Mm-hmm.
she gave me a little happy and she said, I appreciate you for being the same pleasant your because your attitude has to be consistent. You can't be up today and down tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We all have bad days and good days, but your attitude has to be the same. And so I appreciated that small token, that small
Mm-hmm.
love gift of just showing good customer service. And so I appreciated that.
Yeah. So you would, and that was so sweet, and that was so thoughtful of
Yes,
her to
yes,
let you know that you made her feel important, and so
yes.
much so, she said, "I got to do something for her."
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Because and like she said, she probably felt like she was asking a lot of you,
yeah.
and you still came with it. You came with it every time and came with it with a good attitude. But you also mentioned that you do customer service for churches, and
Yes.
people, I know for a long time, churches or religious organizations probably didn't see how customer service fit. So, can you give me an example of what customer service would look like at a church?
Well, uh, I at my church, I was over the greeters. And so, what I try to convey to them is that when a person come to church, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what
Mhm.
they're going through. So when you greet them, it actually starts in the parking lot. So let me go back. When
Okay.
they come in the parking lot, you're friendly in the parking lot. You give them good customer service just by being pleasant and showing the love of Christ. And
Mhm.
so, and a good thing to do is to ask God to let them not see me, but let them see the love of Christ. And so,
Mhm.
as you usher them in to the church, you greet them and you make sure that they have what they need, and you set the tone even
Mhm.
before the services began. Because
Mhm.
I found out one thing: people don't care how much you know until
Mhm.
they know that you care. And
Mhm.
so when you're in the church and you're preaching and all of this, and people they don't care how much you know until
Mhm.
they know. And I teach that even in the church to pay attention to details. Make
Yeah.
sure you pay attention to details. Make sure your bathrooms are clean. Make sure you have the necessities of the things that you need in the bathroom, like tissue and products for ladies and stuff. Make sure the bathroom is clean. Make sure your lobby is bright and clear where people are not confused. Don't This may be a beautiful church, but how do you get in here? All the
Mhm.
doors are locked. You don't know which door to get in. Make sure, don't confuse them. Make sure they know where to go. I
Mhm.
talk about signage. Make sure you have a sign up. If this is the church office, you need to have a sign there. If this is the
Mhm.
cafeteria, make sure you have a sign there. If this is the bathroom, make sure you have a sign there. If this is the men and the women, make sure your signage is there. Don't confuse people. Don't confuse them. And if you say you start at 11, start on time, even if it's a couple of minutes after. People love structure, they love organization. So I
Mhm.
teach that in the church, that we got to show the love of Christ. And so we have to do it. And I call it customer service in the church.
Yes, and that is exactly right. And even you're talking about it, and it starts at the beginning all the way through and goes to the end. And it's
Absolutely.
everybody. It's not just the
Everybody.
town pastor and the greeters. Everybody. afterwards, go shake somebody's hand. How are you?
Yes,
What's your name?
yes,
Be
yes,
kind.
yes,
Be kind.
yes,
We have Malika, I believe that's Makia, Malkia. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. And so, I love what you're saying because, like, it applies to everybody, every
yes,
organization, every business. Customer service is so essential in key in every industry and in every area. So
yes.
what are some benefits, Yolanda, that a client gains after participating in your program and your training? When you go do your training and your program,
Hmm.
what can clients expect to after they have gone through your program?
Well, right now, my program is to heighten the awareness of customer service. I have a small business right now, and I will be adding different things like team building to it. But
Hmm.
right now, I would like to go to businesses to heighten the awareness of customer service. And so,
Hmm.
of course, it would be more in depth than what we are talking about on the screen today.
Exactly.
I will actually show them how to get these clients and how to keep them, because when you have customers who are loyal to you, I
Hmm.
mean, it's great because they're going to tell their friends, and so it makes a difference. So the benefit is that the company will know, they will understand, and they will keep in their minds that we must, it is a must, it affects our bottom line, so we must be aware of customer service at all times.
Hmm.
Everybody, no matter
Hmm.
what you do, the person at the front desk, the person, the janitor, the person who sits in the back, the person who whatever they do, I want everybody in the company to know that, hey, it is important that we show good customer service. Cassandra, my motto is Maya Angelou. She put it this way: will, let me start over. Let me get it right.
Hmm.
People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but
Hmm.
they'll never forget how you made them feel.
Hmm.
And that is my motto when I
Yes,
go to
I
places.
like also that your vision statement is customer service from the heart.
Yes.
And I thought about it. I said, now, just listening to you and just understanding some of the things that you teach in training. I said, now it seems to me that it's just not about outward things, but it's from the heart,
It's
your
from,
character,
yes.
working on the employee's character. Because if you make it a part of their character
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
about caring, about being
Right.
kind,
Right.
then it's just going to automatically flow. So the things that you teach and the
Mm-hmm.
the things that you take them through, it builds character as well.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
not just teaching the people skills,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also building character.
Is building character. Exactly. And if companies would do that, work on that. I tell people all the time, if a person say, I've heard people say, I'm just not a people person. My first statement is, well, you probably need to do something else. And it's
Hmm.
okay. It's
Uh-huh.
okay that you're not a people person. Everybody doesn't have a bubbly personality
Hmm.
like I do. It's
Hmm.
okay, but you probably need to do something else. You
Hmm.
don't need to be the front door to that company.
Hmm.
You need to do something else that would kind of put you in the background. So it's
Hmm.
okay. Everybody is different. But
Hmm.
I tell you, customer service, great customer service makes a difference. It affects your bottom line. And I tell you, it's important. It's very important.
It impacts your business,
Hmm.
because especially if you're in the business of serving people.
Yes.
And that's even in government. That's in government. You go to
It-
government offices, customer service.
yes. Yes.
You
Yes,
you go
let
ahead.
me share another story if that's okay with you,
Yeah.
Cassandra. We were going to see, and this is going to be quick. We were going to see my brother who was in the hospital. He was actually dying. And
Mm-hmm.
so we there was a certain time that we had to be there, but we got there early. So we said we're going to just go and get something to eat until visitation time. And so we got to this restaurant, and the restaurant was just full of people. And the manager came up to us, and we said we're waiting to be seated. And he looked around, and all the waiters, they were the waitresses, they were busy. They were so busy. He said, "You know what? Come on, go with me. I'm gonna just take this on myself." And so he seated us. And he said, "You know, what are you all doing in town?" He had a small conversation with us. And we told him that we had a brother who was transitioning. And so we just wanted to just grab a bite to eat before we go to him, because we had to be there at a certain time. And he said, "Let me serve you." And so he's the manager of the restaurant. He
Yeah.
takes our order and comes back in a timely manner. The
Mm-hmm.
food is hot, and it was delicious. It
Mm-hmm.
was delicious. When we finished, he gave us coupons to come
Mm-hmm.
back to visit him. I was so impressed. And ever since then, I've been going to that restaurant, and I've been asking for this person. That, oh my goodness, that was just wonderful. And I told my siblings, I said, that is what customer service is all about. You go beyond the
Mm-hmm.
call of duty. He was
Yeah.
the manager. It was not
Mm-hmm.
his job to seat us. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't part of what he does, but he went beyond
Mm-hmm.
the call of duty. And he took on the responsibility of making sure that we were comfortable and that we had what we needed in a timely manner. That blew my mind. That blew
Mm-hmm.
my mind. And so that is what customer service is about right there.
Yeah. And I bet, the other his employees were watching. He
Yeah.
set an example for
Yes,
his
he did.
employees. And
Yeah.
so that also established the kind of service that what he required in that restaurant.
Yes.
And that's a way of saying, let me show you what to do. Let
Yes.
me show you how to do. And
Yes.
that's why, I asked you that question earlier. It's for everybody. Is it,
It's for
it's
everybody.
not just for the front line person, it's for the person who's in leadership, who's in management, because
Yes.
it flows from the head and trickles all the way down.
All the way down. It trickles. It
Yes.
starts at
And
the
I remember when President Biden became president,
top. Hmm.
and he was saying how he was not going to tolerate anybody mistreating people.
Hmm. Wow.
Customer
Yeah.
service.
Yes.
He was not going to tolerate anybody mistreating people. So
Yes.
anybody in the agencies or anybody, in working on his staff, you're going to have to know how to treat people.
Hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Customer service in the White House.
That's right. I like that. I like that. I like that.
So I'm telling you, I wanted you to talk about it, and I wanted you to be on here because I know you go to universities, you go to schools, you go to churches. So what options do you offer through your training? Do you just do 3-day training, 1 day, or is it tailored according to what the needs of the clients may have?
Yes, it is tailored to what they need. Usually, when organizations ask me to come and do customer service, my question is, what do you want me to focus on? What is it that you need help with? And they say everything. And so I present my presentation, which is like an hour long.
Hmm.
And I just explain customer service from the beginning to the end. And so I just tell them all the steps of how to give good customer service. But I usually start with their mission statement. What is your
Hmm.
mission statement? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? And so they share all of that with me, and I incorporate that in my presentation. But right now, my presentation is just an hour, and sometimes it goes from an hour to an hour and a half, because we get to talking and we get to
And
engage.
engaging, yeah.
I love that. I love to talk and engage, and so everybody seemed to enjoy it. But I do that presentation, and when I'm done, sometimes people said, wow, we didn't think of it that way. We never thought of it that way. And so I heighten their awareness. That's what I do. I make them aware that
Hmm.
your company is important. And if you want to keep your customers, if you want to retain your customers, you have to show excellent, excellent customer service.
I
And it
like that.
starts,
Excellent.
yes,
Yes.
it starts with a smile.
Yes, your friend Vera Grace James, she says she's enjoying this interview. I am
Yes,
too, because you can tell that you are so passionate about what you do.
yeah,
And that is so important that you have to be passionate about it. You have to
yes,
love what you do. And the
yes.
fact that you are in the business of making other people feel good.
Yes, yes, I do. I tell them, here where I work, I tell them sometimes you can get so busy, Cassandra, that you may have a line of people, but I tell them it's so important if the process is taking longer. Just say let me just give you an example. Is that okay?
Mhm.
Just
Yes,
say I'm
yes.
waiting on you and I have 10 people behind you. I'm going to wait on you, but if the process takes longer than what I anticipate, it's good to acknowledge the people that's behind you, even if you say just I'm sorry. If you just apologize, this is taking longer than what I thought, but if you give me just a moment, I'll be with you. People
Mhm.
like to be acknowledged, and so
Yes.
that make that person behind you feel special. And then once you get to them, sometimes they can be so angry. I had to wait in line, but when you apologize and say, you know what, I am so sorry, I apologize that it took so long. What can I do for you today? Or let me give you this. And the person, their attitude, they calm down and they say, you know what, that's okay. I appreciate you apologizing. So it's always good to acknowledge the people that's behind you. If you're waiting on somebody, acknowledge those people because it makes them feel important that, hey, although she's busy with someone else in front of me, she acknowledged that I'm here. And a lot of times people don't do that. They don't do
Mhm.
that. They just wait on that person and they forget about the people who's waiting or who's in the waiting room. And so
Mhm.
on my job, I make it to get up out of my seat and I
Mhm.
go to my waiting area and I say, just if you give me a few more minutes, I'll be with you in just a minute. And most time they're polite. They say, oh, that's okay. That's okay, Miss Miller. We're willing to wait. And so you'll be surprised at the attitude of people when you show excellent customer service.
Yes, and you made me, think about something that you've talked about before and said earlier. I think what it is that the concept and the things that you need to do are so simple that people think that they're not important.
Yes, that
It's
is.
so simple that people think that they're not important.
Yes,
A
I was just telling
smile.
a friend of mine. I don't mean to interrupt you,
Go ahead.
but I was telling a friend of mine just the other day. I said things are so simple, and just like you said, they're simple things, but people don't think that they're important. I,
Hmm.
I I echo what you said, so I had to repeat it. I'm sorry.
No, that's you exactly right. So tell me, I'm gonna give you a scenario that I'm gonna have to let it go because I'm enjoying listening to you talk about this because I worked in offices and customer service, and it's just so important. So tell me this: how do you handle a disgruntled person? I mean, they come in and they are already mad, fired up about something that's not right or something that they didn't receive. And I know where you work, I know you have experienced,
Yes.
mad, disgruntled students upset because they didn't get what they want,
Yes.
employees, staff members upset,
Yeah.
mad, coming up in there, they ready, they already ready to blow. How do you
Yes.
handle that?
The way you handle disgruntled customers and clients, you do not get on their level. It's
Hmm.
easy to get upset when a person come in and say, look, I've been waiting a long time and this, that, and other, and I'm just mad about this. You just stay calm, you
Mhm.
smile. And the way I handle it when I talk to them, I'll say, like, Miss Washington, I am so sorry that
Yeah.
you're having a problem, but I need you to calm down. I
Mhm.
don't get on their level.
Mhm.
I politely asked them, can you calm down? No, I'm not calming down because I'm mad. And I
Uh-huh.
said, the only way I can help you, you have to calm down. And so I sit there and I don't say anything. I
Mhm.
don't get upset. I'm patient. I
Mhm.
wait until they calm down. And
Mhm.
most times they calm down. And when
Mhm.
they calm down, I say, okay, now let's start over. How
Mhm.
can I help you?
Yeah.
What can I do? What can I do to help you? I am here to help you. And then they began to explain to me what the problem is. And I said, oh, okay. Well, look, let's take care of this right now. Let's take
Mhm.
care of this. And then they'll come back and say, I'm so sorry that
Yep.
I was upset. I'm so sorry. But see, the thing about it, if you stay the same, calm down, don't
Mhm.
get on their level, you remain professional.
Mhm.
Remain professional. That's the secret. Just remain professional and calm down and don't get on their level. By all means, don't go there.
By me, don't go there.
Don't go there because it's easy. They can make you
Mhm.
so upset. Lady, look,
Yeah.
I've been here all day and I am tired.
Uh-huh.
But you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to calm down and be professional.
Mhm.
And they will appreciate it. They will appreciate it.
Yeah. And I like in your response, you were showing empathy.
Yes.
You empathy. I understand. And you acknowledge. I understand why you're upset.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
understand why you're upset. And a lot of
Yeah.
times that's what people want. They want somebody to understand. They
They
want
do.
somebody to understand and
Mhm.
to get it,
Mhm.
why.
Mhm.
Yes, indeed. This
Yeah.
has been a great discussion. I've enjoyed it. So, how can people, a person who may want to acquire your services and want you to come in and do your training, how do they learn more about what you have to offer, and how do they contact you to set up an appointment and to get you to come and provide training to their organization or business?
They can, where I am on Facebook as Yolanda Miller, they can message me, or
Mhm.
they can go to my email, which is, I don't know if it's on the screen, but it's Miller Yolanda 65 at gmail.com. Again, it's Miller Yolanda 65 at gmail.com.
Okay, Miller
Six,
Yolanda 65 at gmail.com. So
uh-huh.
I put it in there. And what I'm also going to do, I'm going to put it at the end of this video.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also going to put it on my business page
Awesome.
so that
Awesome.
it will be there and your information will be there. And I have a picture of your business card that I'm going to put on my page.
Oh,
So
awesome.
I'm so excited about what you do because it's so important. Just like you
Yes.
said, and Ira Jackson said, customer service still exists. It's
Yes.
not.
It's
How
still,
can people say
yeah.
that it's gone away? That's not important.
Yeah.
How in the world you having a business
Yeah.
or an organization or and I like the fact that you offer it to churches because churches
Mm-hmm.
need to know that customer service is a top priority. It's
Mm-hmm.
all about what salvation is.
Yes, it is.
Showing love
Yes,
and
it is.
kindness and compassion.
That's it. And like I tell them, if we're gonna present, where I work, my product where I work is education. But when
Hmm.
you go into the church, the product is Jesus Christ. And
Hmm.
so we're offering Jesus Christ. And
Come
so if
on.
we're gonna sell Jesus Christ to
Uh-huh.
you, then
Uh-huh.
we have to show that in our own lives. That means we have to show you love. We have to
Hmm.
show you mercy. We have to be kind because that is what Jesus is. We have to show you love because Jesus is love. And
Hmm.
so we have to take on the characteristics to sell our product. We
Hmm.
have to be what we're selling. So we have to show you those characteristics. Yes,
That
ma'am.
is awesome. I love it, love it, love it. Yolanda, this has been an awesome, awesome discussion, and
Yes,
I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you for all of those who have chimed in and
yes.
spent this time with us. But we're going to let her go because she has to prepare. She has to prepare. She also works in the secular industry and education, but
Mhm.
she's also a leader in her
Yes.
church. She provides
Mhm.
she's over several ministries, and she provides a lot of services, and she leads in those areas. And so we want her to be uh refreshed, and we don't want to hold her too long. But I thank you for coming on.
You,
Thank you for sharing your business
yes.
with us, and tell us again the name of your business, because we're highlighting your business.
It is YDM Consulting. That is what it is. It is my initials, Yolanda Denise Miller. So it's YDM Consulting. And
Awesome.
again, people will remember, people will forget what you say. They will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel.
Awesome. And on that note, you all, that was a perfect way to end it. We're going to say good night.
Good night, and thank you so much for having me.
Wonderful, wonderful.